We're live on YouTube for the first time.
Good morning, YouTube. Facebook.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
We just don't have Instagram.
All right, so we've got 3 cameras going on here, Doctor.
I get the doctor reference now. I've been shown clips.
So,
I've been shown clips.
we are live, and if you're not on Facebook, which is impossible because you're watching this screen, but if you have friends that are not on Facebook, share them to YouTube. Tell them to go to YouTube because we're live over here on YouTube for the first time. So, hey YouTube, live for the first time on this site. All right, interesting topic today. I think quite a controversial topic. Something that comes up quite often when it comes to
getting in your exercise.
Getting in exercise, getting in shape, that kind of thing. I want to make sure we're live. I think we're live. Okay, anyway.
Okay.
So if we look kind of weird on Facebook, on my page, I'm trying something something different out. I'm actually on the laptop, so the picture quality is not going to be as good. Anyway, we'll just roll with this thing.
It's not about looks.
So what's up with ditching your kids? That's kind of messed up. What kind of parent are you? What's the matter with you?
Right. Bad mom.
Bad mom, bad dad, bad
Big
parents.
time.
You need to put your kids before you. You need to do everything for them, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, we said we were going to talk about like the ugly truth about ditching your kids.
You start. You're the mom.
I think I could dominate this conversation. So.
Dominate away.
Mm-hmm.
I'll jump in.
All right then.
When it's time to be brutally honest.
Okay. Well. Okay. So I'm sure you can relate if your mom, parents.
This picture looks so much better on the camera phone than it. Sorry.
It does. Okay. Yeah. So I had my first baby, and definitely did not just like have all the weight melt off or anything like that. So now I have to work at it. And I work full time. Okay? And we got tons of working moms out there. Tons of working moms, and it's kind of like, well, I already feel bad that my kid's in daycare because I'm not at home taking care of my own baby all day long. So strike number 1, bad mom. And now I want to extend that time and go to the gym. I want to go get my exercise in. So unless you're training with like kettlebells and working out like 15 minutes, 30 minutes tops, you're probably gonna be at the gym for like an hour or something, doing some class, or whatever it is that you do. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's even more time, whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's an hour. Add it on to your kid's day who's in a daycare, and because you're selfishly going to work out. So strike number 2, bad mom. Like, did you ever feel like that as a dad? Probably not. Did it even cross your mind? Probably not. But like, this is huge with women in my office and my friends.
I don't think men struggle with this. I don't think men think about.
No, because you still think, oh, mom, kids.
Yeah, but I think
not my job.
But because I think innately as men, I think as we know that if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of anybody else.
But what we see is, oh, I'm selfish. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah, but that's a problem.
I'm gonna go do my activities.
So what happens? So okay, so let's say.
I'm gonna tell everybody something.
Okay.
Don't get mad at me.
Oh my gosh.
I remember this is before
we had kids. It's never a good thing when they say, "Now don't get mad." That means they're gonna piss you off. Or when
it's truth coming.
Or when somebody says like, "No offense," but like when someone prefaces a comment or an observation.
Well, in Hector's defense, I'm going to say that this is before we had kids. We had this conversation because if he had a waking moment, he was going to be running for miles. He was going to be rolling at jiu-jitsu for hours. He's going to be lifting weights forever. And so it was something every single day. When I say he's done anything physical, yoga, it doesn't matter, he's done it. And so I said, you can't keep doing this when we have kids. you're going to have to be home with us. And you can't be gone all evening because you're going to go exercise. And you always have a reason. And do you remember? I'm sure you don't.
I remember.
You remember what you said?
No. What did I say? I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
It gets me kind of pissed off all over again. You're like, I'm not going to stop going to jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember saying that.
And you're like, I have to get my weight training in.
I remember saying that.
And I'm like, but you can't do it every day when we have kids. Like, your kids need to see you. You need to engage with your family. And you're just kind of like, I'm going to go to jiu-jitsu. Kind of like, well, sorry for you.
Yeah, but don't you respect it as a woman that
No.
a man's
No.
like standing his ground and sticking up for what he believes in?
No, because you're ditching us.
I'm not ditching
That's what
you.
it is. You're ditching us. So anyway, I'm very glad, and I also prayed real hard. You weren't like that after we had kids.
Oh. But I still train every day.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that though. Your attitude was different. You're still making time for your family.
Yeah, but but you read that because like I wasn't, I'm not going to stop doing this.
Yeah, you're like, sorry for you.
That I'm not going to make sure that
I'm
I make sure I fit family time in there.
Right, but that's not what you said. You didn't say, oh, don't
But
worry.
still.
Like, I'm going to be around.
Yeah.
I'm going to help with the kids.
Well,
like, you
but
didn't
why
say
should
that.
I have to say that? Like we're married. Hello.
Because you could tell that I was mad. That I'm like, you're still going to go? So he was ditching us.
No, it's not.
So, I'm telling you, this is what we think.
Okay, this is what they
That's
think.
it. Instead of you saying, well, I'm going to get it all in, this, and that. You're like, well, I'm going.
And what's happened since?
Oh, you're a great dad.
Okay.
He really is. He takes care of the kids. He gets them ready. He gets them ready for school. He packs their lunches. Always plays with them. We do fun things.
Yeah. So, if I didn't have my stuff squared away, I wouldn't be able to do any of that.
Yeah, but you should have said, don't worry,
Okay.
honey.
Okay,
I'll
so
be
guys,
there.
basically the thing
I'm not
is,
gonna ditch
here's
you.
the point of the story.
I'm not going to
is
ditch you.
You have to make sure that you're squared away first, no?
As long as you still have making time for the family. But yes, you do have to
Okay,
take care of
so
yourself.
that's the topic today is many women think that, well, I always have to put my kids first.
So see, that's what I'm trying to say is that like, I said, we didn't even have kids. So it shouldn't have been an issue. And I'm like, you're going to be around for us, right? You're not going to ditch us. And so now I'm a working mom. I've got my baby. And I'm thinking, I need to work out. Well, it's like I'm ditching my kid. You ever talk to your mom or something like, oh, what are you doing when you get out of work? Oh, I'm going to go to the gym. Oh. And so, your kid, they're still at daycare.
Okay.
So then that, to me, was, you're a bad mom. You're just leaving them there. They've been there all day, and you're going to leave them there even longer. Like, you should run to your baby and get them, save them from this child care, and be with them, spend time with them. A lot of people, and yeah, like, I understand, like, now, health is super important. You don't have your health, you don't have anything. You don't have your health, you can't take care of your kids.
Yep.
So, but I felt bad about this. And one thing I've learned over the years, I know, and you've taught me this, is like, however you are judging someone else or how you think someone is judging you is really like your own fears. And that's how you project it. So just my mom simply asking, oh, you're going to go to the gym after work and your baby's still at daycare? I should have been like, yep, that's what I say now. Like, over time, like, that's what I say now. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
So it's similar
but
to
it
what I
bothered
said.
me.
So it's similar to what I said. So she basically did the same exact thing I did. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Yes, doctor. Because now you know the importance of it.
I know, but I'm telling you, I'm
but
being
I'm
honest.
saying,
How I felt and
I
thought
understand.
back then.
I know.
And then now as a working mom.
So now when people tell you that and you're like, yep, I'm going to get that in. Yep, I'm not going to stop my thing. Nope. They probably think of you like, oh my gosh, whatever. But deep down, You didn't have to tell them, of course I'm gonna go and be with my kids. Of course I'm gonna pick them up.
Well, no,
But
and
like deep
what I like
down,
saying
you're like,
too,
I'm gonna be there, of course, hello, but yes, I've got to get this piece in.
yeah, and I also kind of like bragging that, yeah, my workout's only 30 minutes tops, so that's nothing.
Yeah, you don't have to
But when
spend
you're
all that
thinking,
time in the gym.
yeah, a lot of people are thinking, oh, hour or more, and then every day. Like
Okay.
the way we train, we don't have to do that. But you know what? You know what turned it for me? So like I don't feel bad because I was thinking I'm not running to my baby. This is time away. Bad mom. That's what I was thinking. And my coworker, she's a little bit, not a lot. Please don't think that. She's just a couple years older than me. Her kids are much older than our kids. And I was telling her, I kind of feel bad, or that my baby's already there all day, and then if I go and work out, I was just expressing that. I really wasn't looking for a solution or anything. And you know what she said? I still remember it. She goes, go get your exercise in. She goes, that's one regret I have. She's got 3 kids. She says, that's one regret I have, is that I felt the same way after my first baby. I've got to be with my baby. I already feel bad that I'm at work and I'm not with them. And so I would just run, grab my kid as soon as possible. And then, of course, especially when you have a little baby or a toddler, you're on their time. Yeah, I mean, everything, they always need something. So you're not going to have an hour break to, like, get your own workout in. Once you have your kiddo. And then even if your gym or whatever has childcare, you still don't want to leave them there because they're out of sight. That's the whole point. It doesn't matter who's watching them. The point is that they're not with you. So she said, go get your exercise in. They'll be fine. She's like, how long's your exercise? I'm like, 30 minutes. She's like, they'll be fine for an extra 30 minutes because you're going to be, of course, healthier is the end goal, but you're going to feel so much better. And we all know the benefits of exercising, release of endorphins, yada, 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 yada. We all know that. And you're taking care of yourself. And that's what turned it around for me. I'm like, here's mom with 3 kids. She's been there, done that. And she's telling me she regrets not doing that. And my exercise isn't even every day. Yep. It's 3 days. At that time, it was 2 days a week. So, like, we deserve that.
It still pretty much is just 2 days.
Yeah,
For the most part.
I was doing 2 days a week, and then I went to 3 days a week, and then, you kind of have to adjust to your life, and I had to go back down to 2 days a week. So I've been doing exercise for only 2 days a week. Yeah, darts out. Power of the kettlebell. But it doesn't matter like what it is. Like some exercise is better than no exercise. Everybody's lives are different. Everybody's job is different. Some people have changing schedules. So whatever you can do, just be consistent with your exercise days. And I don't think you should feel guilty as a working mom for adding exercise at the end of a day, because I used to feel guilty and now it's fine. And really, I'm setting like the best example for my kids. Now I see it's like, you know what? I'm setting a priority here, and they're going to see the priority of being healthy. And that's the best thing we can do as parents, is set the example. Say the words, but do it.
If it's important to you, you'll figure it out.
Yes. It's
Right.
just the honest truth. And
So-
it doesn't have to be like, full-fledged, hardcore, I'm going to exercise 2 hours every day. Like, no, it doesn't have to.
No one
a
needs
lot
to
of
be
people
training
think
2 hours
that.
a day.
A lot of people think it has to be, overboard, and I'm going to live at the gym, and that's not the point. That's not how you go about it. But I think a lot of people, that's where they go wrong. They think they have to go,
Yeah.
full out, and
So that's
you don't have to. But that's the misconception, so they never even do it.
So that's the exercise part. What about the nutrition part? I see this a lot when it comes to, little Jimmy has to have his X, Y, and Z, and if I don't give him that, I feel like I'm being a bad mom, bad parent. I've seen that.
Like the chips and stuff?
Whatever.
Junk food?
Whatever.
Or
Junk food, whatever. Little Jimmy has to have his chicken nuggets. Little Jimmy has to have this. Little Sarah has to have that. And I've got to make them their specific food, and I got to put them ahead of me, because if I don't, I'm being a bad mom.
Well, I mean, I think
Or
a lot
bad
of
dad,
that.
or bad dad, because I'm not whatever.
Well, a lot of that comes
I
to
think
like
I see that.
how old your kids are. So there's a certain age, your toddler, they ain't gonna be eating what you eat. That's just the truth, and you can't force them. So
No, but like a 5-year-old.
you're like they want something, like they're crying because they want French fries.
Yeah.
You pass by the Whataburger, and they're saying, "Hey, I want French fries."
Yeah.
I told a little boy the other day, I said, "No French fries. We have to wait till Saturday." French fries, French fries. Sorry. He's just gonna have to. We make our kids live like we do. So if we're gonna have junk food, it's gotta wait for the weekend. So me and the kids, Hector might be different, but like he might be super strict depending on what he's got going on with his training plans and stuff. But me and the kids, we eat junk food every single weekend. So, but not during the week. And that's what you and I were doing way back in the day before we ever had kids. And that's when I was like, oh, remember, like if you watch our previous episodes, you heard me talk about how Hector taught me that, like, yes, as a woman, you should lift weights. And no, you're not going to be some bulky, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he also taught me that you can have junk food. You can eat little treats, but you have to wait and save it for one day out of the week. Don't eat this stuff during the week, because even if you have one thing on Monday and something else on Tuesday, like it adds up and it just deteriorates your health, and if you're trying to lose weight, it ain't never gonna happen. So I've just been doing it pretty much that way my whole life, or since I met him, my life since I met him, and we do that with the kids. And I even thought about it way back when I was little. I'm like, do I?
So it sounds like you have to have everybody on board, right?
For
so
it to work as a family.
Let's give them some action steps, right? So
or even for yourself.
Yeah, but like you have to have everybody on board. You can't like have mom doing one thing, dad doing another thing, and kids doing another thing, because then, like the only way to get somewhere is everybody's going in the same direction.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're stopping what you're doing to go and bring the kids back in, or the husband this or that, or the mom this or that. Like everybody's going to be on the same page. So one parent can't just be taking their health serious and the other parent not. Seriously. Right? Because what that's going to do then is that's going to divide the kids too. The kids are going to choose a side.
Yeah, and they're going to be like, well, dad doesn't, so why do I have to?
Dad doesn't do it, or
that's true of anything.
Or mommy eats this, or mommy doesn't exercise, or daddy, whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to stay here with dad and watch TV.
So, which comes down to, like, this is a conversation I've had with some of our students is, again, putting the kids first. Like, ditching the kids, this whole kind of thing is putting the kids first, and also not putting their spouse first.
Yeah, and also you need to
actually had a conversation with someone that had no clue that their spouse was more important than their kids are.
There are a lot of people that believe that.
I think a lot of parents can relate to this, because a lot of parents think, oh, my kids are number one, my kids, everything my kids, when it's like, no, actually your spouse is number one.
Actually, your spouse is
number one, not your kids.
If you have to rank people in order.
Yeah, like your spouse is
you
number one.
have to have your marriage and your foundation, because your kids are smart. Just think back to when you were a kid.
They'll divide you.
They'll use that, and because as children, you're selfish, so you're teenagers, you're looking at how can I get what I want, because that's immaturity. So your kids will play you, and they will play you against each other. So we did that. We knew if we wanted certain stuff, mom was gonna say no. I was like, sure, we'll bypass mom. We're gonna go ask dad.
Because dad probably doesn't know what's going on.
My dad didn't know what was going on as far as like my friends and who they were. Well, they knew my friends, but we would be like, hey, dad, I want to go hang out with so-and-so. Is that okay? And he was like, okay. And then we're gone. My mom comes home and is like, well, where's Brianna? And, oh, she went with so-and-so. She's like, what? I don't want them hanging out with that kid, because, that kid's been doing this stuff. I don't want her to get involved with that. I'm just throwing out generic examples, but that's the point. Or, no, really what it was when I was in elementary school is like, well, their parents aren't home. Their parents aren't home at this time of day. Why did you let her go? Now she's over there with her friend unsupervised. So I know that's how a lot of it started out. But So yeah, then dad got wise, and he was like, well, ask your mom first, or it's okay with me if it's okay with your mom. But your kids will play you no matter what it is. So you have to be on the same page, and it's the parents for their children. We can't let our kids decide whatever the hell they want. I know a lot of, not to go off in different things, but
we already are going off on a different tangent.
Well, yeah, but you have to set the example, and you can't ask your kids certain stuff and ask what they want, what their preference is, because they don't have the experience that you do and the knowledge that you do.
You don't give kids options. There's no option. There's no option for kids, right? This is what you're gonna eat. This is what we're gonna do. There are no options.
Oh, my mom was making dinner,
so
3
like,
different
again,
meals
so
for
like,
4 people. My dad said, no,
Yeah,
make
so
one
like-
meal, everybody's gonna eat it.
Exactly, and that's where it all ties together as being on the same page. Like, oh, dad's like, oh, I still want my carne guisada tacos and this or that, and the kids are like, well, I want my chicken nuggets, and mom's like, well, I'm trying to eat healthy, or vice versa.
I want what dad's having, or I want what mom's having.
Or vice versa, dad's trying to eat healthy, and mom is still like, well, I'm still gonna eat these frozen dinners, my whatever, and the kids are like, I still want whatever.
Yeah.
So like, there are no options, right? This is what we're having. Because when I grew up as a kid, it was like, this is what we're eating, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to eat. And after about an hour or two, I was like,
that's what my dad said to
after
us.
an hour or two, I was like, damn, I guess I'm eating
whatever mom made,
this,
or whatever,
right?
whoever cooked.
And then if enough time went by, guess what? The kitchen's closed. There ain't no going in the fridge and sneaking through like,
because it's been clean.
like cold
Don't
cuts,
mess it up.
making sandwiches or anything like that. No, this is what mom made. This is what you're gonna eat, and that's it.
And your mom was a good cook.
Yeah.
So is mine.
And so,
But let's get back to
basically, like, parents, again, husband and wife, y'all are number one. Kids come second. So y'all have, and don't question each other in front of the kids.
Be on the same team.
Don't question each other in front of the kids. Don't put each other down in front of the kids, because the kids will see that.
Yeah.
So like, if you say something, dad says something, even if mom doesn't like it, doesn't question it. Mom says something, dad doesn't like it, don't question it, just let it go, and then you talk about it later, right? Because if there's any kind of like
undermining
of the other, then they're gonna be like, oh, well, because kids see it as like this whole power thing, right? Like, oh, mom seems to be able to override dad, so if dad said not to do something, I'm gonna go and ask mom, right? And so like, there'll be times when Brianna will tell our daughter something, and she's like, go and do this or whatever, and I already know this kind of how I am, very like structured with stuff, and then she'll say, well, what did daddy say? She wouldn't even say anything. She'll just say, what did daddy say? Because she already knows that, like, well, because I think dad mentioned this earlier, now mommy's saying this, right? And so Brianna's like, don't worry, I already talked to daddy, and daddy said it's okay. So, but like, the kids already know that. They already know, like, well, shoot, right? Because as dad, father, you're the head of the household, right? And so like, you're the authoritarian, and so they already know, like, well, I already know that I'm supposed to be taking my nap, but mom said I can actually stay up in my room, but dad always says take a nap.
Yeah.
So that's where she was kind of like, well, what did dad say? And so, you know, again, because they already know kind of like how it works, right? And so all this dials down into like exercise and nutrition and all this stuff. So like, it's okay to put yourself first, and it's okay to be selfish about that, because
it's actually not selfish. It's
well,
a great example.
You know, people see it as selfish.
Right.
Right?
But it's
but
not.
It's, in a way, selfish is putting yourself first, right? That's what selfish is. Putting your needs before other people, which other people say you should put other needs before yourself, which is like something different. But when it comes to your health,
you have to use some common sense
you
and
have
look at
to
what you're doing.
put yourself first, because the whole analogy with the airplane, right? Don't put your oxygen mask on other people first. You got to put it on you first.
And then assist the children.
Right, then assist the children. So, because if we keep up that,
as hard as that sounds,
if we keep up the mindset of, well, I'm ditching my kids, or I'm a terrible mom, I'm a terrible dad, to what end?
Yeah, it's gonna lead
to what end? So now I haven't
being
exercised at
unhealthy.
all. I'm eating fast food all the time.
And as your kids get older, your kids' schedules fill up. Now you have to take so-and-so to soccer, and you got to pick up so-and-so, and you got to take her to gymnastics, and you are definitely last, and you ain't getting anything done then.
And then you're basically eating their leftover pizza and leftover
And then you're
whatever.
picking stuff up because it's fast.
And so fast forward 10 years, you're like, how did I gain these 35 pounds?
Because one day turns into years. And that's
Right.
the thing, is it being consistent.
And then dad's like, well, dang, how come I can't keep up with my kids anymore? I was
can't play with
I was
them
trying to
anymore.
run with little Jimmy or whatever, and I'm gassed out after 10 steps.
One of my coworkers, she said that her husband told her he didn't want to go to the grocery store anymore because he had to lean on the grocery cart in order just to walk around the store.
Yeah.
And she's trying to be healthy, and he's like, well, I don't want to eat your health food. So,
Angela left
that's
a comment.
Angela. Yeah. Angela says, I pick up something else before going to the seafood place because that's her daughter.
Okay.
Addie doesn't like seafood.
Yeah.
Hector says he doesn't care for seafood. I think it's crazy. But
I'm not a big I mean, I'll eat fish and stuff, but it's like going to a seafood restaurant, it's not my choice. Like, if you're like, hey, where do you want to go eat? I'm not going to say, hey, let's go eat at whatever seafood place. But I'll eat, like, salmon and fish and stuff.
But Angela, what
Anyway.
what you want to try to do is find something that you both like at the same places, or even better yet, at home. And
I don't understand her question. She picks up something
well, she's
else.
it's not a question. She's just commenting,
yeah.
like, as far as like I'm getting something for me and getting something else for the kid. That's what she's saying.
because the girl doesn't like seafood.
Yeah, because the daughter doesn't like it.
Angela, I'm sorry, but I guess the girl ain't eating.
So we do that. Our little boy, he doesn't want to eat anything, but
And you know what?
we find something for him at home, or if we do
And
happen to go out to a
nowadays-
restaurant.
Nowadays, with like the advancement of
menus.
like technology and everything, like you can look up restaurants menus online.
Oh yeah.
Like
Before you go.
you can look up their menus online and figure out, okay, here's what they have. This is their options, little Joey. What do you want? This is what they have.
You just have that.
You know what I mean?
What do you want?
What do
out
you
of these
want? And you
things?
give them two options: option one, option A, option B, and that kind of thing. So that way you can kind of plan ahead. You already know what you're gonna get. That way when you
Mm-hmm.
sit down, you already know what to order. And here's a little tip, trick, hack, whatever, to when you go out to eat. I could actually do better at this too. But it actually it just takes planning, and we don't really plan a lot when we go out to eat someplace. Pay cash and don't pay with your debit card. There's an actual statistic out there that says you will gain people will gain 20. You'll gain 20. It's 20% of people, or you'll gain 20% more weight, something like that, by paying with a debit card or credit card or whatever, because you have this false sense of an unlimited budget.
So you're gonna get the dessert,
get the appetizers,
the
get
margarita
this,
with
get the
that's full of
beer,
sugar.
get this or that. So, but if you take, like, if you got a family of
Cash.
4 and you just take a $100 bill, that's it.
So you're gonna leave off the extras
You're
that
gonna
you don't
leave
need.
off the extras.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah, you're gonna leave off the
Ah.
extras. So you're not gonna
That's
eat
it.
all that extra appetizers or the second appetizer. You're not gonna get that
The
second
drinks with sugar.
or third round of margaritas.
We'll take 4 waters.
You know what I mean? You're not going to get that second or third round of margaritas, that kind of thing. Because if you have a debit or credit card, it's like subconsciously you have an endless budget. So you can just keep adding.
Because you're not seeing it leave your hands.
So if you know you're going to go
Gotcha.
out to eat, just take cash. That's a little hack. There's actually there was a study done on that. Like people ate people ate 20% more food. I think that's what it was. They ate 20% more food than they normally would have. Compared to people that paid cash.
And so if you're you're trying to lose weight, gain muscle, that helps you too, because you're not going to be eating the extra junk or
Yeah.
the amount that you don't need. We already have huge portions in our restaurants.
Yeah. And just look it up
So-
ahead of time, right? Like I said, everything's online. Look it up ahead of time. You already know what you're going to get. So when you sit down, they're like, hello, so-and-so, can we have no appetizers? Get out of here. I want this and this.
This is what we're ordering.
This and this. This is what I want. Bring it, and here's my, let me pay the tab. That kind of thing. So that's strategy. So again, back to today's topic. So like
Ditch your
what are some action steps, or what are some like mindset things that they can work on when it comes to whether they're not feeling like they're ditching their wife and their kids, or they're ditching their husband, or they're ditching whatever? What are some mindset practices or things that we can do?
Well, I know for me, I had to
How did you overcome that?
well, like I said, and she's watching, my friend Kim. She's the one that told
What was that?
hot stuff. Kim Lindsay. Kim is the one who told me, don't feel bad, go get your exercise in. That's one of my regrets. So I'm thinking, as someone who's got 3 kids and she's a working mom, has this regret, I need to learn from her. You don't have to go out and make your own mistakes, okay? You can learn from other people. I'm a big believer in that. So if you do it on purpose, it's not a mistake. It's a decision. So I said, okay, she's got 3 kids, she works, she knows what she's talking about, let me learn from her. So I took your wisdom and I said, I'm going to the gym and I'm going to get my exercise in. And like I said, it wasn't every day and it wasn't an hour every day. It was 2 to 3 times a week, 30-minute sessions. That's awesome. And so that's what I did. So at first I did feel a little bit uneasy, but I had to tell myself, you have to be healthy. Like you just have to. You have to take care of yourself. So what I am doing, even though I have a little toddler and she doesn't understand right now, she's having fun. And you know what I realized? She never wanted to leave the daycare. I'd go to pick her up and she would be like, no, she don't want to leave. So I had to tell myself, you know what? That's a really, really good sign that she likes it here. She feels safe here. She is happy here. She'll be fine for an extra 30 minutes or 45 by the time I get over there. She's loving it because even after my workout, those extra 30, 45 minutes that took me to do my workout and get over there to pick her up at the daycare, she didn't want to leave. So I had to realize that. I had to realize she's happy, she's safe, she doesn't want to leave. That's what is telling me that she's happy and safe, is that she does not want to leave. So that gave me peace of mind, and I told myself I have to be healthy because ultimately, even though she's too little right now, ultimately I am the example of health for my children and for my family. And like I mentioned in videos past, I do it a lot too for my kids to be that example of what health is. Not to go off on a tangent, I'm just gonna throw this in there. Like I don't even use the word fat in front of my daughter. I never say, I feel fat, I look fat, blah, 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 blah. I never use that word in front of her. It's all about being healthy and being strong and healthy.
And having
and
muscles.
Strong. And yes,
having
and
muscles.
Telling her I'm so proud of her muscles and how I love how she eats healthy food. And now she's 8. Now she's 8 and she knows that we eat junk foods on Saturdays. And I want this, and she'll ask, oh, Mommy, can we get a raspa on Saturday? Like, she already knows. And I'm like, yes, baby, on Saturday, we will so be here. And this is going to make it so much easier for her as she reaches those teenage years and goes on. Because like I said, one day turns into years. Because what you do today is what you do tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And time flies by. We all know this.
I think food association is a big thing. So like, again, with our kids, like especially like our daughter, and this is where a lot of adults,
Adults.
get this wrong, is that, I'm going to say it, food is fuel, and you shouldn't always have to worry about, oh, that doesn't taste good. Well, neither does vodka, in my opinion. It tastes like crap, but you still drink it anyway.
Because you mix it.
Because you like the way it makes you feel afterwards, makes you feel relaxed, and it makes you feel like, oh, I'm having a good time, right? So associating food with, what tastes good. Well, you know, sometimes guess what? Food's not gonna always taste the best sometimes. So when we look at food as energy and food as fuel to allow us to do certain things, to exercise, to feel better, to be healthier, that kind of thing. So our kids, especially our daughter, we teach her that she associates food now with exercise and fuel. Like, oh, if I want to be able to climb that rope, I need to get stronger. And only to do that, I got to eat these certain foods, right? So like she associates eating with being healthy, building muscle, because we always tell like she's really literally made out of a rock.
Yeah,
so like,
she is.
And she's like, I have muscles because I eat good, right? And I can climb that rope because I eat good food and I eat this or that. So she associates being strong and having this muscle and being able to play and being able to not be tired all the time, she associates that with the food that she eats. So she sees food as a fuel source now. You know, maybe she doesn't think of it that way, but she connects those two as like, this, if I eat these foods, I'm going to be able to still climb this rope, which she likes doing. She went boogie boarding for like 4 hours yesterday. Like, she was able to do all that because of the foods that she's eating.
Do you remember what the daycare used to tell us?
That she used to outrun all the kids, and all the kids would be tired. At like a year old.
Had so much energy. She would just run and run and run.
All right, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. So we're like 30 minutes and just kind of going on and on. So
okay.
It's okay to put yourself first, okay? You need to sit down. So again, so just to kind of touch on what we said in one of our first videos, is you didn't ditch your kids for so long, and what happened? You saw a Easter picture of you.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So, but you had that mindset, and you saw what it did. So she put the kids first and whatever, and was only exercising maybe 1 day a week.
I was tired. I work all day.
Right? And she saw this picture.
With the baby.
And that's the result.
Still in maternity clothes 9 months later, even though I have obviously the equipment and knowledge at my disposal, but no one can force you to do it.
Yeah. So that was the result. That was the result of not putting yourself.
I saw that picture, and so I never got out of maternity clothes. So, and the baby was he's practically 10 months old, so coming up on a year, and I'm still wearing maternity clothes. And, you know, it's just not a good feeling. You're uncomfortable, you're self-conscious.
So, like, again, common sense comes with this, right? You've been out of town for 3 weeks on business, you come back, probably not a great thing to go to the gym, right? Go see your kids. That's different.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. To me, that would be ditching your kids. I've been gone for 3 weeks. I haven't seen you guys. I come home, and then the first thing I'm going to do is go to jiu-jitsu. That would be kind of messed up. But if it's a regular routine, and and it's just like every day, putting jiu-jitsu first, putting exercise first,
put your exercise,
like all that stuff, that's not ditching your kids.
Well, especially when you don't do it every day. I think it's very important to make sure you have family time in there. And so it's good.
Put yourself first.
Exercise, take care of your health so you can play with your kids.
Get on board with your husband, your wife. Y'all need to work together, because only when you work together, guess what? It's going to save you money. Again, logical. It's going to save you money. You no longer have to buy these groceries to make your husband or wife food. You don't have to buy these groceries to eat healthy for your diet plan or whatever, and you don't have to buy these groceries for these kids for your kids.
And the kids can't go to the store themselves and buy the stuff. So if it ain't at the house, ain't nobody eating it.
Versus buying
that really helps.
One set of groceries.
It helps me too.
So you're gonna save a lot of money.
I can't eat it.
So you can save a lot of money. Okay. So it's okay to put yourself first. All right. You're not ditching your kids.
You're setting a great example.
If you are, the result of that, of you continuing to put it off, is going to be uncertainty, self-doubt,
feeling
just
self-conscious
feeling that
you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're going to avoid going shopping for clothes with your friends because you're afraid if they're going to fit or not.
Instead of celebrating happy times, you dread shopping for it.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, right? Men, you're gonna continue not go to jiu-jitsu because you're like, man, it's gonna suck if I go back. I haven't been in such a long time, or I think I need to get in shape first before I do jiu-jitsu, which it's nonsense. You can't get in shape first to do jiu-jitsu. So
wrap it up.
All right, so we're out of here. Yeah, we're done here. So I think we've beat this bull in the head long enough. Put yourself first, because after that, your kids are gonna see that and they're gonna want to be just like you, and everybody's gonna be on the same team.
Example. Yep.
YouTube, first time.
Thanks
for watching. Facebook, thanks for watching.
Brianna's
page, thanks for watching. Thank you. Doctor. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye. I love you.
How do I stop this? Right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
How do I stop this one?
Rosie, Angela, Kim. You just hit stop. Belinda.